We are live here on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast. I don't know why I did it that way. I just did. Which this is the only podcast that's always an Instant Classic about botcha there. But yeah, today we're here to review WWE No Way Out 2006. And through the month of February, we're reviewing every No Way Out. We reviewed 1998, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, and this will be 2006. And then after this, I think we got 07, 08, 09, and 2012. So then we'll be finishing up our reviews of No Way Out. So yeah, and I thought the show was like really good. And let's get started with this review. And Casey's saying something, but we'll let him get to his
We'll,
stuff in a
we'll let
minute
him
after we
we'll let him forget it, and we're gonna keep going.
because of his old age.
I
Got
was
it.
just saying, just because that's how it usually works. We wait, and then I forget what I.
Okay, but the first match we got opened up with was a Cruiserweight Championship match. We had Gregory Helms versus Sky Tuhati versus Paul London versus Brian Kendrick versus Funaki versus Super Crazy versus I think it was Psychosis versus New what's his name again? Nunzio? Nunzio? Yeah, that's his name versus Kid Cash.
That's not
Now,
his name at all. Nunzio?
how I say
You're really bad.
what?
You are bad at names, Justin. You.
I have bad names. I can't even pronounce my
He was
own
part of
name.
the FBI. Come on.
Yeah, that as Tracy Smothers, right? Back in ECW, he was Tracy Smothers. But yeah, no, I don't remember off the top of my head. My mind's going bad right now. But so Gregory Helms, won the belt at the Royal Rumble, and then he would, make enemies with everybody in the cruiserweight division, but he would, beat them all on a SmackDown. And then after this match at No Way Out, his matches would pretty much become like one-on-ones, which I was kind of surprised that they didn't really become like multi-man matches. Which I was kind of surprised about that. And back in the day with the cruiserweight division, they had a lot of people, but they weren't doing like they didn't have like a whole bunch of big stars in the cruiserweight division. But I like the rivalry that he had with that Gregory Helms had with Matt Hardy, and also Gregory Helms he would get injured sometimes, so he won't be able to defend the title on some shows. And like I said, they were very limited with the cruiserweight division, and they had so much more people in the cruiserweight division back in WCW. But this is a very good match here. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed this opener. Really fast-paced action. High-flying stuff, and pretty much everybody was trying to target Gregory Helms because no one liked him in this match. But the winner of the match was Gregory Helms, and he retains his cruiserweight championship. DJ, what's your thoughts?
Um, Nunzio, by the way. No, this match was really good. I liked it. I really did. I liked it a lot. There was a lot of high flying going on. I was really impressed. I was excited because I knew this is one of those kind of open things where people go everywhere and it's always fun. So I was really excited. It was interesting to see Gregory Helms because I see him all the time in TNA now. So like it's kind of interesting going back and seeing him as cruiserweight champion. But yeah, I like this. I also realized how racist the Mexicool's gimmick was. Um, I loved it at the time. I didn't understand it at the time. I didn't get it. I didn't get the whole thing. But I just like saying Mexicools back when I was younger. But freaking so Mexicans who obviously think they're cool riding out on lawnmowers. Really, 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 really WWE. I'm just saying you don't have to do them like that. They could have just been cool dudes. Cool dudes. Put the shades on. Don't have any shades here in the near vicinity, but put the shades on. Just imagine. Put the shades on and come out there and be cool. But you I blame Carlito. I blame Carlito because he wanted everybody to be cool, and then WWE came up with this. Shame.
Justin, what in the blue hell was that opening? What the? I'm gonna try to let it slide.
What
Oh
the
my god.
flippity dippity was that? Right? I got you.
Moving on to more things that Justin said that made me angry. His name was Lil Guido in ECW. Okay, it was Lil freaking Guido. Okay. And also, sir, there were plenty of big names in the cruiserweight division. Okay, Kid
No,
Cash.
no, no. No, I'm saying they were big names, but they were very limited. They were limited.
I think the cruiserweight division was huge at this time. What you talking about, boy?
But I'm saying it was bigger in WCW. That's what I'm trying to say there. But
I,
on to what you're saying.
I mean, not really. I would say they were about the same. But anyway, definitely a good match. Basically the same match we had last year, just slightly different participants. Um, and Chavo didn't ruin our lives this time, which is good. It's always good when Chavo doesn't ruin your life. Um, it was cool seeing Kid Cash because Kid Cash was one of the bigger stars in this match, just in wrestling in general. He's been all over the world. He's wrestled for WWE, TNA, I think WCW. So he was one of the more. If you didn't know anybody else in this match, you knew him. Um, I'm gonna ignore the fact that the Mexicools gimmick was one of the most racist things WWE has ever done, and I don't know how they got away with it. But I always loved Super Crazy and Psychosis, especially back when they were in WCW. Um, I don't think that I think the gimmick was too racist. I mean they were over in WWE definitely, but I just it was one of those gimmicks that I think WWE gave them a gimmick that wasn't gonna go anywhere really, and they unfortunately they didn't really go anywhere really in WWE. But anyway, it was a good match. There wasn't really anything too memorable about it. There wasn't any really exciting spots or anything like that. There wasn't somebody coming in at the last minute, freaking Chavo. Um, But it was just a really good opening match, a good match to start off a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
And the
definitely.
cruiserweight title is better than the light heavyweight title in every way possible. And whoever says anything different is wrong, like DJ.
Yeah, DJ's gonna definitely disagree there. Which I agree with you, Casey. The Cruiserweight Championship is so much better.
See? What?
2-on-1. We can't hear you, DJ. You need to speak up.
You can't see me.
Anyway, Casey's hearing's getting really bad. Oh, he left. But
You mad?
Ah, that's what we're. Hey,
okay, I had to do that there. But yeah. Next match we're gonna be talking about is JBL versus Bobby Lashley. And before this, we actually had a backstage segment with Finley. He was, mad how he wasn't on this card, and I think he kidnapped. Was his name Kristen or somebody? Who was the
You
person?
Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal. That's what I wrote down. I don't know why I said Kristen, but he brought her out to the ring and then calls out Bobby Lashley. They had a brawl for a little bit, and then they had a brawl, like I said, and then pretty much that allows JBL to jump in and pretty much take advantage of Bobby Lashley, and yeah, take advantage of Bobby Lashley. and win the match pretty much. And I thought this was an alright match. I think it kind of went on a little too long, in my opinion. Went on for about 11 minutes. And at this time, Lashley, he wasn't the strongest worker at this time, and JBL, he was amazing worker. He was a wrestling god. He's a wrestling god. I'm serious. So. I mean, they didn't mesh up the best, with the not best working style of Bobby Lashley, but JBL was so much better. But like I said, this was actually a pretty fun match, and I actually enjoyed it for what it was. DJ.
I did like this match. I like this match a lot. I was interested to see Lashley because I like you said he didn't really impress me as much in WWE/ECW. When he first kind of came in and was the guy. I remember him most for the billionaire. What was it? The billionaire bald head match thing. I don't know what you call it, but that's what I'm calling it today. I remember more for that when he went against Umaga, but I like this match. I thought it was good. Anytime. Shout out to JBL for being an opportunist. But anytime you get to see a wrestling god, anytime you get to see it, you get excited. I love JBL in hindsight. Foresight DJ is not a fan of JBL, but hindsight DJ, oh man, oh man, wrestling god JBL is just so good, man. I like that he came in and got the capitalization in, and then freaking Finley got to come in and hit people with the shillelagh thing that I could never pronounce when I was little. The shillelagh. He had to come in and hit people with that, man. What was Hornswoggle? Where was the little thing they used to call him? I ain't gonna say that because that's mean. Because Hornswoggle, that's mean. But the winner of this match is a wrestling god. I think I got the impersonation right on. Right on. Casey, thoughts on this match, or are you just going to keep rubbing your chin until you think of actual words to say?
Sorry, I was thinking about Crystal.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I remember Crystal. I was like, what's her name? I forgot. And then I saw her and I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Where is she now? Can we have her back? I didn't even care about this match because I was like, where'd Crystal go? I was happy that that Finley brought her out. I was like, yeah, we need to see more of her. But if you touch her, I'll cut you. But I mean, he did touch her. He kind of put her over his shoulder. But I mean, like, if he hit her, but I don't know. I just wasn't in the. I agree with you guys. Lashley at the time just wasn't. He wasn't. It wasn't that he wasn't good. He was still. I don't want to use a cliche, but green. He hadn't really been, in, the main event scene as long. I mean, he did start out in ECW, and we know how much WWE cared about ECW. They didn't. But it was an okay match. It wasn't anything. I don't feel like they built it up enough for it to really matter. I don't even remember if there was a storyline for this, but it was a good match. I kind of wish Finley had a match instead, because I miss Finley. But at least we got to see him on this show. He has a match next year, 2007. That we'll get to in like 3 weeks. We'll get there in 3 weeks.
No, we're going to on Thursday.
Yeah, that's what you say now. It's going to be in like 3 weeks.
And also, Crystal, I think, she actually got married to Bobby Lashley. I think. I might be wrong. Maybe.
Don't you worry, I'm going to find out.
He's our researcher guy. But yeah, moving on. Next match we're going to be talking about is Eminem versus Matt Hardy and Tatanka. You know, Tatanka was Matt Hardy's mystery partner, and I don't know what DJ's doing over there, but that's weird. But you know, Eminem was hosting their open challenge, but you know, Matt Hardy came out, and then you know, Tatanka will become his mystery partner, like I said. And this was a fun match. I'm surprised that they did not do very much with Tatanka on SmackDown at this time in 2006. I mean, you know, he wasn't really world championship material, but you know, like I said, they should have done a little bit more with him. And you know, they would also, you know, the winners of the match here will be Matt Hardy and Tatanka, and you know, then Eminem will get their rematch on a SmackDown the following week, and you know, they will win that match. And that was pretty much all that they did. I mean, there wasn't too much that happened with this. Like, this didn't really become a full rivalry. Like, I thought they could have done a little bit more with this stuff, but yeah, this was a fun match. I enjoyed it. But yeah, the winners of the match were Matt Hardy and Tatanka. Like, not too much else. And Casey, did you find anything about the Crystal and Bobby Lashley?
Oh, I did.
What did you find?
Crystal dated Bobby Lashley, and the couple have a son named Miles, who was born in July 2008. In April of 2010, Crystal confirmed on Twitter that she and Lashley have split. So what you telling me is that she available? Right?
So you're telling him that there's a chance.
There's a chance. She is only 32.
Yeah, I mean, y'all about the same age.
Shut the fuck up. I'm 28, girl.
I mean, see, and that's my, you know, that's my thing with JoJo is that, you know, she only, you know, 20.
We ain't talking about JoJo. We talking
now
about
21. No, we talking about more important stuff right now, and that's JoJo. That's JoJo. Anyway, I didn't take many notes of this match because Melina was here, and she at this time was the love of my life. She was like I loved Melina. And by the way, what I was trying to say to Justin is you are wrong. You are wrong because they didn't get married. Actually, she was the kayfabe wife of Bobby Lashley in TNA. Read that, Casey. Anyway, I liked this match. I felt like it kind of went on a little longer than I expected it, but I liked it because, you know, my girl at the time, because I don't want to disrespect my current girl, JoJo. My girl at the time, Melina, she was there. Oh man, she was there. Casey, do you have any thoughts on this match? Because I don't, because Melina.
Listen. Do you be understanding?
That's his thoughts on this match.
Do you understand? Sorry. No. What match are we on again? Oh yeah, no. Eminem and Matt Hardy but girl. Sorry. I need to compose myself for a second. This wasn't a particularly good match. It wasn't bad. I think the exciting part for me was Tatanka. I had remembered, you know, watching him. I had seen like, and this is gonna show my age. I remember watching VHS tapes that had Tatanka matches on. They were about, you know, this shape. It wasn't a tablet, but it was about this shape, and you put it into a machine, and it played a movie. Yeah. And then DVDs came out after that. But anyway, I had watched videos of him, you know, WWE compilations, you know, from early 90s, late 80s stuff. So I was a fan of him, you know, back early 90s and stuff like that. So it was just kind of cool. It was cool seeing him back. I wish they had done something longer than just the 2 shows. I don't know. He looked in shape. but I don't know if he had, injuries or stuff like that, so that Tatanka couldn't go any longer than that. I don't know. But it would have been cool to see him a little bit more in WWE in general, not necessarily just tagging with Matt Hardy. You know.
Yeah,
But Crystal, because DJ muted, and he can't be coming in and talking about JoJo. It's all about the real women, okay? The real women.
The real women. And then the next match we'll be talking about is a U.S. title match. We had Booker T with Sharmell versus Chris Benoit. Oops, I said that name. I wasn't supposed to say that. I'm sorry. But this was a rematch because they did. I think they did a best of 7 series on SmackDown. Yep, they did a best of 7 series, in which Chris Benoit would win a favorable way on SmackDown to pretty much get this match. But then, we have Booker T come out and pretty much faked like an injury. He came out on crutches and said that he couldn't compete, and then he pretty much filled him, and then that's how this pretty much match got set up. This was a fun match. I really enjoyed it. Pretty much like this match got like 20 minutes in the ring, which it was really good. And we would get a new United States champion crowned, which I was very happy about. Chris Benoit winning, and like I said, a very good match here. And DJ.
Yes. Chris Benoit versus Booker. I was so upset. Casey will tell you, we were actually doing a video when I was watching the show. I was so upset. I almost turned the show off. Because this was not King Booker! I was so upset. I was so mad. What is this? It felt so much like King Booker. I think that's what it was. It felt so much like him. Plus, Queen Clement was there. Already the pre-crown queen. We should have known. We should have known it was coming. We should have known. Did you see the tiara? Did you see it? Did you see it on the head of Queen? Soon to be Queen Charlotte. But I like this match. This was a good match. This match was like really aggressive. Obviously, Booker T trying his best to not be in this match as much as possible. But Benoit wasn't backing off. I like this match. It's the bad part about it is the way Chris Benoit's life ended. You always there's certain moments you see in the ring that take you to that moment, and it gives you an awkward feeling to me. I don't know if y'all feel this way, but sometimes I watch just some of the segments or just when he was approaching Charmel, I just felt weird. It just felt like a weird moment to me. I don't know how you guys feel about it. And it may have been because I saw some Chris Benoit stuff about the situation on YouTube. And I was just thinking about it just in front of my mind. It was right here. But Casey's thoughts on the match, not Chris Benoit.
He was incredible when he performed. I don't know. I kind of get where you're coming from with that, but I feel like there's too many. You could argue it for days, years, whatever, and people have, but I mean, it's what steroids and drugs do to you. They fuck you up, and I don't know. I'm gonna take the Chris Benoit that I believe is the real Chris Benoit. Anyway, we're not going to get into some preachy shit where, I believe that he's a good man, he loved his family, which I do, but, when you're on drugs and shit, it fucks you up. Steroids, whatever. But this match, talking about this match right now, this match. I thought this was a really good match. I feel like Chris Benoit and Booker T work really well together. They did have a best of 7 series on SmackDown. They also had a best of 7 series in WCW. I believe was for the WCW US title, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so I mean they've worked together a lot. So obviously you're gonna get a good match. This was just a really good match. It was really good seeing Chris Benoit win the title. You know, I, I just kind of didn't like that WWE kind of copied the storyline, and yeah, they were like, hey, remember when you guys did a best of 7 series for the U.S. title in WCW? We're gonna do that again on SmackDown. I don't know. I still like.
And I kind of think their best of series matches were kind of better than this match here, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Yeah, there are more thoughts about that?
Crystal is she's beautiful, and she is just this match. No, sorry.
Okay. And then the next match we're going to talk about, never get the next match. I had Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. This was a very good match here. Of course, we Rey Mysterio, who won the 2006 Royal Rumble, and then Orton would pretty much sucker, Rey Mysterio putting his match on the line for the number of contenders, which he did that here. That's why this match is happening. And I kind of felt this storyline, like these matches kind of felt underrated in my opinion, but they were amazing. Like, these matches were amazing, but this felt underrated. And they would have a lot of matches on SmackDown, and like I said, they were very good. But the winner of the match was Randy Orton. Very, very good match. I enjoyed it, and he will win by some tactics, unfair tactics. And yeah, like I said, very good match. Really enjoyed it. And the DJ, once I mute you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. You should unmute me and unblock me and all that. Also, Casey, how dare you not get mad at Justin when he mutes you, but when I mute you, it's an issue. Anyway, Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. That's how I wake up in the morning. I wake up, hit my Randy Orton pose, and I walk out. I'll walk out. Oh, that's not it, Justin. That's not how it goes. That's not it. There we go. That's a little better. That's a little better. I mean, that's pretty much how you get the women. You just walk up, Randy Orton pose, and then you walk away. Then they just chase after you. That's how it works. That's how that's anyway. Mysterio versus Randy Orton. This was a good match. This was a good. Casey, this is a good match. I enjoyed it. This feud was probably a little much as far as the whole Eddie Guerrero aspect. I didn't need all of that, especially like a year after his death. But this match, I don't even know. It wasn't even a year, honestly, because he died in November 2005. So it wasn't even a year at this point. But I mean, it did help build Randy Orton heel heat, but I don't know if you need to use dead people, especially one as beloved as Eddie, to build heel heat. But this was the Randy Orton. No, this was I think pre Randy Orton that I loved. After this, I loved Randy Orton because before this, I was kind of a. Anyway, before this, I was a big Mysterio fan because biggest underdog. You gotta cheer for the underdog. I did like Randy Orton at this time, but still, I was still in my mindset where Randy Orton's a bad guy. I can't like him. But I thought this match was really good. I was surprised at the finish. I remember this finish, but I was surprised at the finish nonetheless. It was a fun good little match.
So first of all, DJ has never gotten a date ever, specifically because he does that. Also, y'all remember when I made that joke about Randy Orton going through puberty and DJ died? Yeah, that happened. But I loved this storyline. I loved I think he was doing the Legend Killer gimmick at this time. But I loved his kind of heel. I hated it at the time, but in hindsight, as we usually say, I loved it. Also, Mysterio was kind of dedicating this match to Eddie. He said he was doing it for Eddie. He said that to Chavo and Vicky before the match, and then after the match he kind of had to face them. And Chavo was like, no, you didn't let him down. But inside, Chavo was like, you let him down. But one thing I didn't like is, again, what DJ kind of said is I didn't like that they used Eddie in storylines after his death for so long. It wasn't just a couple of months. I mean, they even were using him in storylines years after he died, especially when Vicky started having, main storylines with like Edge and Dolph Ziggler and stuff. They still kind of, used Eddie a little bit in those storylines, which I didn't like. I thought it was disrespectful. But I don't know. But,
Yeah, there's something bad about that. And if of course, at WrestleMania 22, we would still pretty much get Rey Mysterio in the world title, in a triple threat match. I have no idea what he's doing over there, but we're going to learn out for a few minutes and go to the main event, which was for the World Heavyweight Championship. We had Undertaker versus Kurt Angle, which was the current champion at this time. Now, this was pretty much stuff at the Royal Rumble where Angle beat Mark Henry, but then Undertaker came out and pretty much said, I won the world title, and that's how this match pretty much got started. Now, this match, it kind of started like a great match, because I don't really think they really faced each other. Wait, yes, they did face each other back in 2000 at SummerSlam, which was a great match. You guys should go watch it on YouTube. I remember that. Yeah, you can't leave that out there. But this match nearly got 30 minutes in the ring, which was pretty crazy. I really enjoyed that, And, there was this constant counters of submission holds after submission, with the ankle lock and the Hell's Gate, which it wasn't called the Hell's Gate at this time. It was a different finisher at this time. I don't remember really, I don't remember what they really called it, but I know it wasn't called the Hell's Gate until 2008. That's when it became, his actual finisher. But, this was not one of your normal Kurt Angle matches, This wasn't like 1-2 kick out, 1-2 kick out, 1-2 kick out. No, this was a very different type of Kurt Angle match, which was good. I like that. I like when you get different type of Kurt Angle matches. But, at the end, Kurt Angle would win cleanly and retain his World Heavyweight Championship, and then he would earn the Undertaker's respect. And, like I said, this was just an amazing match, amazing main event. Really enjoyed it, and I kind of wish this happened at WrestleMania, in my opinion. Say if you didn't get a triple threat match, you could have got this match, which I think if they didn't have a Mania match, it could have been really, really, really special to see. But like I said, really enjoyed this, and probably my favorite match of the night. Well, one of my favorite matches of the night. But DJ, hold on, give me a second. There you go.
Okay. I like this match. I did. I thought it was a really, really good match. Angle was putting in the ankle lock from everywhere ever in this match. I was like, man, this was one of those classic Angle matches that you just want to watch over and over again, because he just finds a way to put the ankle lock on you. You reverse anything to the ankle lock. The whole like the tombstone reversal into the ankle lock was really good. I loved it. And Undertaker. Um, why'd you have to take me to WWE 2K14? I think it was 2K14. Why'd you have to take me back to defeat the streak mode? It was so hard. Like that's basically what I was watching. I was playing as Kurt Angle, and I knew I had Undertaker done. And here he goes randomly triangle choke. Here he goes randomly tombstone. How? How do you do these things? I felt like I was watching myself play defeat the streak mode because he was hitting that triangle choke out of nowhere, man. This was just a good match. I enjoyed it. I thought Taker was gonna win because I couldn't remember what Mania came up next. I thought it was the Mania where Taker faced Randy Orton, but I couldn't remember off the top of my head, so I was thinking Taker was gonna win. But to my surprise, Angle won, and I thought that was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I definitely like this. I kind of like these SmackDown this these brand split pay-per-views. What time is it? It is 11:20. But anyway, but I definitely liked I liked the brand split, but I enjoyed this match. It was really good. Casey, do you have any thoughts? Because I know you won't talk until I say Casey. Do you have any thoughts?
I was wondering what time it was. I'm glad that you told me out of nowhere what time it was. I was wondering,
That's
you know,
because
and then you get.
Justin was pointing to his watch. I'm done. Thank you.
I was looking up the Hell's Gate to see what the name was, and it's a name that I can't pronounce. So, yeah.
Pronounce it. Do it. Do it.
No, I'm not gonna try that. No. You can Google it and you can try to say that word. I thought this was a really good match. I completely forgot Kurt Angle was World Heavyweight Champion. I knew he was the WWE Champion a couple times, but I completely forgot that he was ever the World Heavyweight Champion. The belt looked good on him. I just gotta say, it looked good on him. So it's obviously, he would retain because if the belt looks good on you, you gotta retain because you gotta wear that bling. That is that what the kids still say? Is that what I'm old, so I don't know if it's bling, if it's something else now. I can't keep up with these kids, man. Can't do it. But definitely a good match. Again, another guy that I don't know why he didn't face Taker at WrestleMania. There's so many guys that why? I mean, now we get Shane McMahon, which is it's gonna be the best WrestleMania match for Taker ever. It's gonna be the best. He's gonna take him to the limit. Shane is gonna take him to the limit. He gonna make Undertaker bleed. He's gonna make Undertaker, wish that he did not walk in that Hell in a Cell. You know why? Because here comes the money. Here we go. Sorry, but I got off on something there. And it wasn't a Cena rant. It was a Shane McMahon rant. I think that's going to be a new thing. Jesse, you can cut me off at any point. I mean, I am just going to ramble on about nothing.
Okay. So, what I was doing when I said it's, what time it is, it was NC Classic Wrestling Podcast time. That's what time it is. Yeah. No? It's not called burn time? Or it's not 10:23? I don't know why I'm rambling on right now, but yeah, that was the end of our...
Money.
No. Quit singing. Well, I was singing at the end of the video, but you can keep singing now also. But yeah, I really enjoyed this No Way Out. I pretty much been enjoying all of these No Way Outs, except for the 1998 No Way Out. I mean, I'm not saying that one was bad, but it was amazing. Some of the gimmicks were weird. That's why I sit back and add to there were creepy a little bit. I don't know, but like I said, this show was very fun, and the best match of the night would have to be for me would be I would say the main event. Great main event. This is an amazing match, and I pretty much enjoyed the last three main matches. Like those were the main matches of the night. But the DJ, what you laughing about over there?
Yes.
Again, you just took 3 matches, so you're down to like 2.
Oh yeah. What matches did you pick again so I can try my best to find a match that was there? What matches did he say? Repeat it
I
for me.
think the last 3, yeah, the last 3. He was like, the last 3. Those were my matches of the night.
Okay. I'm going with Matt Hardy versus M and Melina, baby. Yeah. I mean, because Melina.
You know what? I'm gonna make a steal. I'm gonna steal his briefcase and I'm gonna cash it. I was gonna try to pick that, but it's not technically a match, so I guess I'll go for an actual match. I'm gonna go with the U.S. title match because it was good and I liked it. And Chris Benoit.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the show, and that's pretty much the end of our review. And don't forget to follow the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast on Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast and subscribe on my channel. Also, and follow me on Twitter. And Casey's gonna say, don't do any of this stuff. Don't subscribe or follow me, but just do that. That'll help me out, and that'll help out the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast if you do that stuff over there also. But we're gonna let Casey end the video. Wait, he always ends it.
I just want you to know that every time you subscribe to Juggernaut, whatever the fuck the number is, and every time you follow him on Twitter, the puppy dies. So think about that before you take those actions. Just think about that. Until then, we will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah!